watching.
Hi everyone, this is J.M.Wong again. Welcome to another video. If you're new to this channel or you haven't seen my videos for such a long time, well, I have an update for you, which is that I am going to release a book that I've written, and the name of it is this one, Under Her Cursed Scythe. Yes, I've been mispronouncing the word scythe to siphon, but yeah. Anyways, yes, I'm going to release this book on the 20th of October 2018, which is less than a month. So yeah, I'm really excited about it. But today, it's not going to mainly talk about the content inside because I'm going to have a book launch, no matter it is virtual or a book launch party. But yeah, I will definitely have a book launch on the release date. So I will probably talk about the content on that date. But for now, well, I am going to talk about these three books. These are the same book, which is my book, but they are from different printing / self-publishing company, and that's the theme of today. So let's go straight to that topic. If you have seen my previous video, you will know that I have already compared my Taobao versions, these are the Taobao versions, to my Createspace and Ingramspark version of my book. So mainly, I would say that video would be suitable for self-publishing authors who want to look for a super duper cheap option and you're like located in China or near China. Then that would be the video for you, because Taobao is mostly working in China and most of the factories are in there, and therefore, you know, if you want to look for cheap publishing options, you can go check out Taobao. But for those who are no way near China or whatsoever, well, this video might be suitable for you because I'm going to mainly focus on these three books. As I mentioned, this is Ingramspark version, this is Createspace version, and this is the version that I've mentioned last time that hasn't arrived yet, which is the Kindle Direct Publishing version. Yay, it's finally here! So yes, I'm going to compare mainly these three. So since I've already shown you the spine, I would start by talking this. In terms of color printing, I already, put it in the order of of my preference. I would say this is the version that I like the most, and this is the version that I don't like the most. So if you look closer, you can see, as I mentioned from my previous video, the reason why I like this version, which is the Ingramspark version, over this, which is the Createspace version, is because they have more layers of color. And if you compare these two to this one, this has even less layer of colors. As you can see, this is just plainly, almost plainly blue, while this still has a bit of light blue in the middle. This is like straight dark blue and then white here. This has a bit of, an increase of the color or the darkness to this point. This one definitely has the most layer. You can even see the yellow. Okay, originally there's a bit of yellow lighting at the bottom, so you can definitely see that. So in terms of the proof copy, once again, I would say I wouldn't like this version. As you can see, this has a banner on it in front of it as well. These are all proof copies. These are all proof copies, but only the one here, which is the Kindle Direct version, has a banner that restricts you from selling it. To be honest, I would say this is not necessary to put a banner on it because for like self-publishing author like me, I wouldn't send out the proof copies, sell it out, because it's quite special. And for each proof copies like this one, you actually have the dates at the back, and it's normally just one copy, so it's so precious. Even though now I have like 5 copies of my book, I'm definitely not going to sell any of it because it's so precious, and each has a date that actually tells you when it is published. It's unique, and I don't think it's really that necessary to put a banner to avoid us from selling, because and because it's not completed yet. For example, like this version or this version, like I don't think it's the most perfect version. I still have a lot to change according to the proof copy, so I wouldn't give something so imperfect to my friends, and therefore I won't even consider of selling it, because I want to sell good quality stuff to my readers as well. So I don't think it's necessary to put a banner on it, and it just makes it so weird and ugly when I look at this proof copy. Like, luckily I have the other copies. If I want to show it in my video and I have this crazy banner on it, it definitely ruins the image people have towards the first image people have towards this book. So for the third thing, I don't think it's entirely I would call a flaw. There's also good in it, which is for the Kindle Direct version, you can if you turn your book like this, you can actually read it like this. You can make it flat, almost flat, without worrying destroying the spine. You won't worry the pages will come off. So the third thing I would say would be this. You can actually read your book like this, so you can actually make it flat and easier for you to read without worrying that the pages will fall off. I hope so, that's it. For these, you can't flip it too much. You can at most flip it like here. Same for the Ingramspark version. it's even lesser. So that's one thing good. If you love rough reading and you want to read it comfortably, this is the version you would go for. However, the flaw about this is that when you look at this, I'm not sure whether you can see it, there are a lot of so-called wrinkles on the books, the spine afterwards. So definitely it will not look good after you read it. Okay, but if you look at the back, this is similar to the Ingramspark version. There's something more. You can see the difference, right? There's my author photo, but I didn't include it. In fact, I could include this in my book, but I would need to do much more. Like I have to adjust the space again because I don't know the exact size or where to put it. But for the Kindle Direct version, there's a template where you can actually just upload your photo. It's just that easy. You upload the photos, you type in according to the box they provide you, and they already have the format ready. But this you have to do it myself. I have to do it myself through Canva, and I don't know whether the size would fit unless I order the book or I have to wait until the last step. So that was very inconvenient. But for this, you can add your photo and stuff, which is like much more convenient. And that's also the reason why I would choose to publish the Kindle Direct version, because this would be a very special version. There would be two choices. Like for example, this version, I would say this version is Ingram version. I think for people who don't want to know who the author is, I don't want the readers to know that I'm not a native English speaker. That I would wait till the end when they complete the book and then read the story like at the back, and then we'll find out. But for this one, you can already know at the beginning that I am a non-native English speaker. As you can see from my intro here, let me read it to you. Born and raised in Hong Kong, a full-time English teacher who started writing her first fantasy story at the age of 10, which is in Chinese, and is a massive fan of Japanese anime and the urban fantasy genre, especially the Harry Potter series. So this is my very, very brief intro of me, but if you can see, one thing for sure is that I am not a non-native English speaker. English is my second language, and I've never, if you look at here, I've never ever lived in an English-speaking country for more than half a year. So basically, this would make me special, like it separates me from other Chinese writers, So yeah, for those who already know, perhaps this will attract them to buy the book because of my background. Or for this, I wouldn't have my background provided and just let them read the book, like judge me based on the content, not my background. So these are like an experiment for me again, like which one is better, how will it affect readers' reaction towards my book. This is definitely a topic that I will want to find out in the future. And I think if you compare to the Createspace version, this, as I've mentioned in my previous video, if you put your fingers here, you have a lot of marks leaving there. But for this version, you don't have that problem. So the cover and the quality is much better, which is good for the cover as well. And because I've said that the Createspace is moving their service to Kindle Direct Publishing as well, I believe, they might be in the same quality very soon, which means in the future, these will all become the Createspace version. I'm not sure whether it's true or not, but yeah, it will become like this eventually. Now, in terms of cost, and prices, I would say that if you compare it to these versions, the Kindle Direct version is definitely much cheaper in terms of cost. And I can sell my book at 15 USD dollars. And still earn money out of it. But for the Createspace version, it is said that I need to sell at least for 20 USD dollars in order to earn some revenue, or else I will be like negative. And same for this as well. I have to sell it for 20 USD dollar minimum to earn some money out of it. So in general, I would say the Kindle Direct Publishing version is the most worth it in comparison to these two other options. So if you're, once again, because Ingramspark version, you need to pay a fee in order to get in, to set up your book, definitely the cost is so much higher. So if I have to compare, the Ingramspark version in terms of cost is the most expensive one, so this is the less preferable choice. Createspace provides free publishing services. It's just the cost of publishing book, like the selling this book, is higher. So this is in the middle. And the cheapest would be the Kindle Direct Publishing. Not only you can sell this book for a relatively low price, you can also earn revenue out of this, which is much more than these two. So I would say if you're just looking for publishing a book for a low cost, definitely go for Kindle Direct Publishing. If you're looking for quality stuff, quality kind of printing and, making a book, you want your book to have high quality, go for Ingramspark. Yeah, I guess that's it for now. These are the three versions. Tell me below, what you think of it. Which one is better if you have tried three of them? And, ask me any questions in terms of these three versions. I would love to answer it. And yeah, I guess that's it for this video. Well, let's end this video by saying, remember to stop existing, start living, and be alive. And yes, that's it for this video. And remember to check out my book trailer to buy the book.